What's up, everyone, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Matt. On this channel I review brand new cars. This is 2026 Nissan Kicks SR Premium all-wheel drive top of the line package, MSRP just over $32,000. I'm here of Nissan of St. Augustine, and I'm going to take in a complete tour of this vehicle. So we're going to check it out from the exterior, engine, technology, interior, and of course the test drive. So if you enjoy watching videos like this and want to see more automotive content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like and think about this video, leave me a thumbs up. And now let's go back to this. So the Kicks competes in a very busy segment. It is a subcompact crossover SUV segment, and it's really busy for a good reason. Many manufacturers are trying to attract that new buyer to their brand, and hopefully while they get it and they like the entry-level models, they're going to upgrade later on to the bigger and more expensive vehicles from the brand. So they're trying to throw everything at them to make sure that they're satisfied with their purchase. And that's the same thing with Kicks. It was redesigned for 2025 model year, so really no changes for 2026. But I wanted to bring this particular model on the channel because, A, it is a top-of-the-line trim. It's got a premium package, which I haven't done before, and I haven't done the all-wheel drive, so I want to test drive it and see how that feels as well. So today we're going to do all that, but first we're going to start with the exterior. And that's a very good looking one, I gotta admit. Now, if you don't like this color and want to get for something bright, they have other bright color options available, but I like this particular one. They call it the Canyon Bronze Metallic, and it really shines. You can see how it sparkles over here. So we have this nice flat hood, and this vehicle has LED lights and the turn signals. So you can see the daytime running lamps right there are also incorporated into the side of this large grille. We have the Nissan logo with built-in front-facing camera. SR, that's the trim. And pay attention to the very bottom of it. We have this nice, cool-looking 3D front portion of that bumper. Now, plenty of sensors, of course, for safety. And let's pop the hood open and let's see what's underneath it. And the only engine option of 2026 Kicks is a 2-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine with 141 horsepower, 140 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an Xtronic CVT transmission, and the intelligent all-wheel drive we have on this particular one, although the front-wheel drive is a standard option for pretty much all the Kicks. Now we have some sound insulation underneath the hood and this ugly prop stick on the side holding the hood up. Now we're going to definitely check it out and see how it drives, how it sounds, and how it performs at the end of this video. But before we do all this fun stuff driving, let's talk about the dimensions of this vehicle, because like I mentioned, it competes in the subcompact crossover / SUV segment. We have a total length of 171 inches, 0.9, width at 70.9. We have a wheelbase 104.9, and the height is at 64 inches. Now, this particular one sits on 19-inch wheels, and I really like the design of the wheels. Let's check this out. That also is this gunpowder metallic color, and if you're wondering what the tire size is, it's 225 by 45 on 19-inch rim. We also have this black cladding all around this vehicle, including the bottom portion of the doors that's broken up by this polished aluminum plastic trim. And again, we have this 3D looking trim at the very bottom of it. And scrolling up, you'll see we have the fully loaded mirrors on this top of the line trim. So we have the side view camera, turn signal, blind spot assist. Now everything around the windows is covered in chrome. And yes, we do have an optional panoramic sunroof and a low profile roof rails. And you can access this vehicle by pushing one of the buttons on the front doors to access it without pushing any button on the remote. As far as the gas mileage, 30 is the combined number. We have 27 and 34 on this all-wheel drive, and the gas tank is located on the passenger side. And before we get to the back side of this vehicle, if you can see, Kicks is actually spelled out in this little window glass at the very back of it. And here is the rear design of it. Now, it was redesigned, like I mentioned, for 2025 model year, so there's no changes here. We have a fully LED light setup, and that includes the tail lamps, turn signals, reverse lights, and we have the Nissan logo right in the middle, rear view camera, third brake light. Now, this should be hidden underneath the gate spoiler, if you ask me. SR all-wheel drive on the side. No visible exhaust tips, although you can see the exhaust right there. And then we have the reflector lights and some parking sensors. Well, let's check it out and see how much room we have on the interior. So, manual gate, even on this top of the line trim, and we have about 25 cubic feet of cargo space. Underneath here, you'll find the spare tire, and then the seats fold 60-40, so you can extend that cargo space to about 50 cubic feet. Now, let's take a look and see what's going on the interior. Well, let's see if I can fit inside of this subcompact SUV. Someone said just manage your expectations, which I am. But I gotta tell you, to be honest with you, I have plenty of headroom because of this indent over my head. Plenty of headroom, decent shoulder room. I am touching my knees to the back of the seats, which is adjusted to my regular driving position. I'm 6 feet tall for the point of reference, but I can fit okay. There's no complaints here. Let's see what else is going on the interior. So first of all, the rear door panel. This is all hard plastic, which is kind of disappointing, but that's in line with pretty much all of the subcompact SUVs in this segment. We have this softer touch trim at the bottom that kind of looks like the carbon fiber. Of course, it's a simulated carbon fiber. It probably is vinyl or something to that effect. We have the contrast stitching, window control, and the door handle. A little bit more storage or a cup holder at the bottom of the door. And let's take a look and see what's going on the inside as far as the seats. And here you'll have a combination of leatherette and cloth. The seats are decent. They're very comfortable, and I like the look of it. Kind of sporty looking seats. Now in the middle you have a console with the cup holders, so if two people are sitting, they can be nice and comfortable. We also have an extended storage in the seat backs and two USB Type-C ports. There's no vents anywhere here, but the vehicle is fairly small, so you can pull that heat from the front or the air conditioning and the panoramic sunroof up on top. Let's see what's going on in the front. And as always, we're going to start with the sound of the closing door. Boom, pretty solid. And don't worry, I'll do it again from the inside as well. Let's see what's going on here in this front door panel. That situation is quite different here because we have the soft touch material. That carbon fiber looking trim is extended to the side of it, and the only hard plastic is here. But we also have some ambient lighting on the doors, window, mirror, lock controls, a lot more storage at the bottom of the doors here. Now, it is a subcompact SUV, and it has the manual adjustment on the seats, even on this highest end trim. I like this seats, and we have the leatherette, as I mentioned, some cloth inserts. But check this out, this one is also equipment as far as the premium package. We have the 10-speaker Bose stereo with a Bose Personal Plus, and I didn't believe it until I sat in it and listened to the music. And you can really immerse yourself in the really nice sound quality on the interior of it. And then I sat in the back seat with the same music playing. It wasn't as good. So for the driver and passengers, look at this. Both of the headrests have this built-in Personal Plus stereo. Let's see what else is going on. So you have the opening for the hood, and then nothing else is going on as far as the pedals. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel, we have the heated steering wheel, and then tilt and telescoping, or is it tilt only? Nope, tilt and telescoping steering wheel. Let's see what else is going on. And of course, let's listen to the sound of the closing door from the inside here. Pretty cool, nice and solid thud. And here's the interior for this 2026 Nissan Kicks. So lots of technology comparing to the previous generation. Let's start actually on the right hand side. So this large vent. We also have this nice and softer material dashboard. This is a big plus in my book. We also have this simulated carbon fiber, similar to the one that we've seen on the door, and some shiny black and this illumination right here. So that's going to stand out definitely as far as in the subcompact SUVs. So two large screens, steering wheel flat at the bottom, fairly small, but good feel to the touch. We have some contrast stitching on the inside, and then we have a bunch of buttons, of course. So volume button, seek, track, menu button, and then we can navigate up, down, and sideways as far as what's going on in the instrument cluster. On the right hand side, we have the cruise control, adaptive cruise control, voice control, as well as the phone pickup, hang up button, and your safety system, so you can see which ones are on, which ones are off. The new Nissan logo, of course. Let's take a look and see what's going on in the instrument cluster. So the brightness, by the way, this is your dimmer switch. If you didn't know what this was, this is your dimmer switch, and we have two different views available as far as this instrument cluster screen. And let's check this out. So on the left hand side, tachometer, right hand side, speedometer. In the middle, you can make some choices. Speed limit sign, then we have the dynamic cruise control, and then we have the safety systems. But we can change some stuff in here. Change meter view, okay? If you didn't like the one that we had before, you can change it to something like this. So speed is on the right hand side. You have the gear indicator, you know, and some useful information, I guess. You can change meter view to something else as well. Now it goes back to the one that we had before. Okay, so moving to the right hand side, here's your settings button. We can also go to home, drive computer, tire pressure, start showing it while driving, 4x4, intelligent 4x4, so that kind of shows you where the power is coming, front or rear wheels. And then as far as the stereo, what's playing, I'm going to show you what is available, and back to this main screen. So also temperature display, range 178 miles, and then the vehicle is brand new, it's got 9 miles on it. Okay, moving on to the infotainment system. That's another 12.3 inch screen, and then this is your home screen. So basically what's playing right now, we have several different sources for the audio. We can connect the phone, wired or wireless connection, your choice, as far as the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, just a regular Bluetooth. And then we have Wednesday 3:16 p.m. in some time zone maybe, and then you can change user, sign up the user, more information in here. Anyways, so for the shortcuts, this is your home button on the left hand side. As far as your audio sources, we have the AM, FM, Sirius XM, and Bluetooth. And I gotta tell you, this system sounds pretty darn good. And then going to the phone settings, of course, we have the ability to add the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, so select phone and connect it. And here is your climate control settings. So you can control it through here, single zone climate control, but it is an electronic climate control. And you have the different fan settings, different vent settings. You can turn it on, turn it off, and turn it to auto. So depending of how you like to do. Okay, so go back here. Now, anytime that you need to go to settings on this vehicle, there's a little gear icon, and then you can basically change the settings on this. Now, home, go to settings, kind of opens up a different menu. So connections, sounds and beeps, customized menus, general camera, climate, edit user, and more info. I want to check something out in here to see if we have any light settings in here, and I don't see that, unfortunately. I'd like to see the light settings for the ambient lighting. Okay, and another important feature here, of course, is the rear view camera, because we've seen the front facing camera, right? So it's also got the 360. We got the cameras inside the mirrors, trajectory lines. Okay, no front trajectory lines on the overhead view. I think it's a miss on Nissan's part, unless there's something that I can turn this on. No, it doesn't seem like it has any controls of it, but that's something that I really like when they show the front trajectory lines to see if you're gonna hit something while backing up. So, okay, so this is pretty much it. The camera, good quality. I mean, no complaints over here. And then let's move it on to the next area over here. So we have the volume control and the power button. So camera, day and night, basically, that's what it shows. Well, here's the front view camera. Okay, side view camera on the side. And the full screen camera, okay? And then turns it off. And then the seek track button, vents. And then if you wanted to control the climate control, and without looking at the screen. Of course, is the temperature control. We also have the heated seats down here, and then 2 extra USB Type-C ports. Wireless charging pad is right here. Then we have start, stop engine, electronic parking brake, auto hold for the brakes. I like this trim, this kind of orangey trim for the SR trim. And then here's your regular style shifter, of course. And then we have the drive modes. So as far as the drive modes, it shows up right here in this middle screen: Sport, Standard, Eco, and Snow, because we have the all-wheel drive, right? So what does it say? Not available. Something is not available. I'm going to leave it in Sport to see how this vehicle drives. 2 very, very, very deep cup holders. Man, you can put probably a big gulp in here if you wanted to, and additional little storage in the console. Now, moving up, nothing crazy about this mirror, regular style mirror, but we do have this large panoramic sunroof, and you can definitely add some more light and breeze into this vehicle while opening it. Check it out. We have the nice windscreen. So here it is. And in here, we'll see the visors and illumination once you pop this visor open. Okay, so the mirrors, visors, illumination, everything is pretty cool. I like the interior design of this new Kicks. Let me know what you think about it. Okay, so we have 3 different trim levels for Kicks for 2026 model year, just like for 2025, starting at $22,430 for the S trim, and that's very affordable. That's very good price for the subcompact SUV. $24,170 for the SV, and the SR starts at $27,265. Now, this particular one has a few options that are added on it. First of all, it has the all-wheel drive, which adds another $1,500 to the price of the vehicle. Surprisingly, the color is standard, and I can mention you can opt in for some pretty cool colors. There's some different top roof colors, different bottom colors. There's like this yuzu yellow metallic, gun metallic with scarlet ember tint coat. So pretty cool colors. Now, as far as the interior, on the one interior is available. That's that charcoal leatherette what we have. And we have this SR all-wheel drive premium package, which is $1,600. And that includes your panoramic sunroof, your heated steering wheel, Bose personal stereo, driver seat mounted front center airbag. But in order to select this, you also have to select the cold weather package, which includes the heated front seats, heated outside mirrors, rear passenger under seat heater ducts. Okay, so they are heater ducts under the seats. And then we also have the wheels that are upgraded. So those 19-inch wheels that are upgraded with a total MSRP on this particular one, just over $32,000. So yeah, I mean, it might not be the cheapest option that you can get, but if you want the look of this vehicle and still plenty of cool options, I would probably not go for the base S trim, but I would go for the SV, something that's less expensive but still fairly well equipped. I'm gonna take it for a quick spin. Also, I don't know if they're going to have it for 2026, but if you wanted even a less expensive option, you know, the last generation Kicks, they still sold it in 2025 as Kicks Play, and there was only one trim level, S trim level, the basic one, and it was about $21,500 as far as the starting MSRP. Now, different engine, so we had less power on the previous generation. Let's see how this one drives. And I have to tell you, right off the bat, as far as the space inside, I mean, for a little vehicle like this, it has plenty of room, even for a 6-foot-tall adult. I'm going to put my shades on. This very bright sun here today, and take it for a quick spin. Of course, few things are important while driving a vehicle is merging in traffic, and that seems to have no issues here. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not buying a street racer or a very fast vehicle. As a matter of fact, I think it was tested 0 to 60 right about 9 seconds, which is not horrible, but it's not great either. But consider what you're buying. You're buying a small crossover or subcompact SUV, plenty of space, even good amount of space for the rear passengers and cargo, which is a big plus. All-wheel drive, so for those of you in colder climates where you get snow and ice, that's definitely a plus. Even here in Florida, we get a lot of rain, so that would be helpful as well. Now we're gonna make a quick U-turn right here. There you go. That's actually a pretty nimble vehicle. Let's do it. Let's do something else. Let's do a quick circle right here in this empty parking lot and see how this vehicle will turn. I normally do it at the very beginning of the video, but we didn't have space there. So turn the steering wheel all the way to the left. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parking spots. Hey, not bad at all. Okay, so we have 4 parking spots to take this vehicle completely around. It is pretty agile and nimble. Suspension does its work. Good. All right, and since we have this open road ahead of us, nobody behind us, I'm at 0, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, take your time because you're gonna need it. I mean, it is definitely not the fastest vehicle out there. I'm not a huge fan of the CVT transmission. I know they're better for the gas mileage and probably easier to fix, but yeah, it doesn't really impress very much as far as the acceleration. So here, to sum it all up, I think there are many things to like about this Rogue. The Kicks, sorry, that kind of looks like a Rogue too, but one thing is the design. I know it's very subjective, but it looks cool. It looks a lot cooler than the previous generation. Definitely stands out in the crowd. Another thing is the cargo space, the capacity for the passengers, and the comfort of the cabin, as well as the electronics in it. There's no complaints. They definitely did a nice job going from the previous generation to this generation, adding some of these comfort creatures that many of us wanted in the vehicle. Now, here are the few things that I would like to see changed. The first and foremost, a hybrid option on a vehicle like this. Yes, you know, I said it. And I think that Nissan's kind of behind on that whole hybrid thing, even though I'm not sure why. They're just coming out with the Rogue hybrid after I don't know how many years in production. And Toyota's been super successful with their hybrids. Honda had hybrids. And Mazda had a hybrid, you know, for the last couple years on the CX-50. So they're definitely going into this direction because hybrid does two things. First of all, it gives you a better fuel economy, right? That's the whole concept of it. But if you have a small battery, it can help you with the acceleration. It can help to keep everything powered up and spooled up without putting a strain on the engine. So definitely there are many advantages of having a hybrid vehicle. And I think if they added this as an option without a huge price hike, they would really have a winner. These are my thoughts, guys. Let me know if your thoughts are different. And what would you choose? Would you choose a Kicks? Would you go for something else? And why? Let's keep this conversation going in the comment section. I really love to hear all of them. And for now, guys, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. And to see more automotive content, consider subscribing, hit that little bell notification button so you won't miss any of the videos where are coming out. And I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.